So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making the HR dashboard. And to start the video, first I will be giving the list of the tables that I used to make this report. Go to insert and text box. So basically there are mainly 7 tables from which we'll be extracting the data and we'll be importing it into Power BI. So the first table is the PA0001 and various other tables which are in the sequence, that is PA002, 003, 004 till PA0008. So you guys need to use SQL joins if your database is on SQL Server. Then just use the joins and extract the important columns. So the first part we're going to import the data, and let us just go through the data once. Go here, get data, let me import CSV. I'm going to go to my directory. Here I will be taking this data, HR data. Let me click on the transform data tab here so that we will be able to view the data. So as we can see, the columns here are the employee number, employee name, company code, and the employee group, subgroup, personal area, and we can see the job code, the position, and the start date and end date, when he started and when, if the employee is retired, when did he retired, and the gender, date of birth, his name, the 3 columns which are the family name, first name, last name, his nationality, his payroll type, payroll area, and all the details regarding the payroll, and his language, which language is his mother tongue, and absence start and end. This is regarding the leave and the type of leave. This is the maternity, unpaid, or other type, and the city, and this is his location details, wage type, and this is the timings. Usually the timings is the same for the all employees, but if the employees of driver or warehouse, then they might have a different timing. Yes, they will have the same timing. And this is regarding the wage, the basic pay amount. For this report, I'll be just using the basic pay amount, but you can also add the other expenditures like housing and various details, which will be available in PA002 or 3. You can check that once. So I will just clicking close and apply. So man, before closing and apply, I will be doing some transformation. So for that we need to go to the advanced editor. Instead of explaining and typing, I will be just copy pasting this code. One second. So yeah, here what we are doing is, the first transformation that we are doing is promoting the headers. This is the custom transformation, and the next we are changing the data types. Like for employee number, we are taking text, and employee name also. So for various other columns, we are assigning the data type. And next what we are doing is we are adding a column of year, and we are taking the year name as date of birth. And then what we are doing is we are minusing the year minus the local now. So in return it will give us the age of the employee, and then we are doing it into the age groups. If his age is less than or equal to 30, then 21 to 30, we are so till we are doing till 61 to 70, and then we'll be clicking done. So guys, we can see our data is imported. Now we'll be starting to make the dashboard. So the first thing that I will do is I'll just change the page name to HR. uh, then we will do is we'll take a background color. So for that I will go to the canvas background. Yeah, I will pick any gray color to go with gray. Okay, this will be fine. And the next thing we'll do is we'll add the title above. So I've added a title named HR dashboard, which is of CGUI 24 font. But I'll be changing the color once. Let me see. So this is the hex value that I want to give in the background title. So our title and background is ready. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be adding the filters and the KPI cards. So the first card that I will be adding is the total number of employees. So one second. But before starting, let us make a metrics table first. So what I will do is I will just go here in the data tab. I will be making a new table, and here I will be just adding the metrics equal to the flower brackets and placeholder. So we'll get a table where we can add our metrics. So the first metrics that I will be taking is the active employees. Then I will be also giving the list of all the other metrics that I've used. Just go to the new measure. Okay. Next I will be adding the retired employees. Okay. So this is the code, just copy paste the code. Okay, and next will be the all employees. Okay. So the next thing that we'll be doing is we'll be creating a table for parameters, and then we'll be adding the parameter values in it. So here we'll be going to table, same like we created the metrics table. We're going to create this table, and here for the three metrics we'll be assigning the values for it, like this: active, retired, and all, based on the metrics that we have created. Okay, so we can see we have 3 values here, and the value 1 is the name for it. So let us start making the dashboard now. So first I will be adding the PRM. Okay, so I will be taking the first PRM value, and here I will be taking the count. So guys, before to start and give the value count. Okay, so in the card we'll be adding the employee count, and we can see for active we have 232, and if you select all, it is 450, and for retired this is 208. And one more thing I want to say is this is a card filter. So we can see, if you can see here in the settings, this is a tile, and we have kept the single select selection. So it is not a bookmark; it is a filter. So this part is working. Now let us add the filters on the left hand side first. So the first filter that I will be taking is the name filter. One second. Okay, so we will be taking the employee name first, and for this I will be, one second, again going to the background effect. No, background is not even see background, and I'll be taking this. I'll be just copy pasting this multiple times. Okay. Now I'll be selecting this all. First I will just change the border. Once visual borders to the previous color, and go to the format tab, align left, uh, one second, and then distribute vertical horizontally. Okay, and I will just adjust this once. Perfect. So the first will be the employee name. I will just change that title, employee name. Okay, and here we can just reduce the value to fix it, 10. Okay. The next I'll be taking is the company code. Yeah, again you have to go to the title and change based on the column you have taken the company name. Next would be the employee number. Employee type. The next would be the gender. And then we'll be taking the city. Then nationality. What's the nationality? Okay, we have the nationality. And the last would be the employee team. Or we can just keep it team leader. Done. So filters are added. Now we need to just copy paste the, what we can say, we need few KPI cards. Okay. So the second we'll be taking is the average age. So just we need to go to the age, click here, and instead of sum just take the average age. So we know the average age of an employee is 43.87. And the next would be the ratio. The ratio is nothing but the male to female ratio of the company. So for the ratio we need to make a measure. So we're gonna click on new measure, and here we'll be taking the variable male and variable female, and then we're gonna just divide it. Okay, just add the percentage sign here, go here, and here we'll be just taking a ratio. Okay, so the male to female ratio is 104.55%. And the next metric that we'll be taking is the attraction rate. So again, for attraction rate, what we're going to do is we're going to click on metrics, new measure, and we're going to make a new measure here. That is the retired employee divided by all employees. So the next we're going to take is the attrition rate, which is the retired employee divided by all employees. So we'll be just removing the employee count here, and we're taking the attrition rate, which is the 0.4. Just add the percentage sign here. We'll get 48.44%. And the next would be the total nationalities. Instead of first, just take the count distinct, 6 nationalities. Okay. Label, title, what's in where it is. Okay, you have to change the itself. Nationalities. Perfect. And the last would be the cities, the amount of cities. So again, count distinct. So we'll get the cities. Just keep it into cities. Done. So our main KPI header cards are done. You can also add based on your requirement. This is the basic cards that I've added for this dashboard. So moving on to the next part, what we will do is we will make a table and few bookmarks. But before that, let us just add the measures here. So the first thing we're going to take is the clustered column chart. Here we'll be taking the employee subgroup as the x-axis, and for the y-axis we'll be taking the measure, which includes the parameters, which will be this. One second. Okay, so we'll be taking the employee count, and here we'll be changing the values, the background color to silver. So I'll be just clicking it. Okay, and next we'll be taking it by the unit. One second. We'll be taking the clustered bar chart, and here instead of subgroup we'll be taking the unit. One second. Organization unit. Okay, so we can see the employment type or the employment by unit. Next I'll be just copy pasting this here, and here we'll be adding it by payroll type. Okay. Done. And next then I'll just copy paste this below, and here we'll be adding a heat map. Let me take one heat map first, or tree map, and here, one second, instead of employer subtype we'll be taking the nationality. Okay. And then I will just change the color of this. Okay, I've just changed the color. I've just changed the theme for this. And the next would be by the employment by age group. So I will just take the age group here, and we can see we have blank also, and 30 to 40. Rest all of them are there. So let me just filter out the blank. Perfect. And the next we're gonna add the donut chart for the age, not age, for the gender. One second. Let me take the donut chart and employee count by gender. Perfect. So our main employee details are added in the dashboard. Now let us go into the details of salary. So I've added a button for the salary details, but as of now I will be just opening the bookmarks, and I will just add a bookmark name overall, and I will just update this, and I will make one more name salary. Done. So now I will just go into the selection, and I will just select this all. Okay, and I will just group them. This will be the overall, and I will hide this. Okay, and for the button, let me add one more button here. One second. Let me just copy this button once. Okay. Okay. So I will just keep it here right now. I will just change this to salary overall. And for this button, I will just change the details to overall. Now we'll be making the dashboard related to salaries. So the first thing that we'll be adding is the salary by language. So here we're taking the salary by language. This is the language key, and the next is the basic pay amount. And here what we'll do is we'll just change the data labels from 1000 to millions, and we could add one decimal value. Okay. And the next would be the salary by nationality. Same thing we'll be doing here, but instead of the bar chart we'll be taking the tree map, and instead of language we'll be taking the nationality, and here we'll be enabling the data labels. Perfect. And the next would be the absent type. In the absent type we'll just copy pasting this again. Here for the x-axis I will take absent type, and in the absent type I will be taking the employee count. But here we have to change the data labels from million to auto. Okay. We need to remove the decimal values. Perfect. Okay, this will be better. Instead of taking the bar chart, we could take the waterfall. And for the degrees, we're gonna just go to x-axis, remove the title, go to y-axis, remove the title. It will look nice. Oh, okay. The next would be the payroll area. So the first thing that I will do is I will take the line chart, and here what we're gonna do is I'll be taking the employee count, and here I'll be taking the payroll area. Payroll type can become sort of payroll type, and we can also take payroll area. So now we need to change the titles of it. This is salary by language, and this is the salary by nationality. This will be the absence type. This will be the payroll area. The next thing we'll do is we'll be adding a table with the details related to salaries. So yeah, I will be adding a table. So the first thing that I will be taking is the position. What is the position of the employee? And the next would be the salary, basic pay salary. Here I will be changing it to salary. Okay, perfect. Hmm. So our salary bookmark is ready. We have to just update this. And if you go to overall, we'll be getting a different detail. But we need to select this and hide it in the overall one second. Okay, now just group this into new group. Let us keep the group name as salary. One second. Okay, go to overall, hide this, enable this, update, done. Okay, we have to just enable salary. Yeah. Okay, and here, let me just fix this overall button, hiding the salary unit. Update. Okay, it's perfect. So now let us move to the part 2. So for the part 2, I will be making a new page named employee details. And here in the first page, I will be adding a button that will be moving us to the page navigator to the second page. Okay, so if I click on employee details, we'll be going on employee details, and here we'll be just copy pasting this, copy, paste, and this will be taking us to the main page, none or HR solve. And the style will be just taking to HR details. Perfect. Now I'll be just copy pasting the canvas background here, which was this color. Let me go back. Okay. I will be copy pasting the header. 1 second, I've not copied. Oh. Copy, paste. Perfect. So now what we can do is just go to, or we can even go to the selection part and keep the text box below. Perfect. And here we have to change the value from HR to employee details. Okay. So the first thing that we will do is we will be adding the filter for the employee name. Here we will be taking the select employee table for the filter. And next then I will be adding the card, which will be having our employee name. So if I select any of the name, it will be having its employee name. And the next thing that I will do is I will be adding whether he is active or not. So for this, what we will be doing is, so here what I will be doing is I will be adding a small pie chart. In the pie chart, I will be taking the employee group. But the main thing that I will be doing is in the slicer, if it's retired, it will be red. Whereas if it's active, it will be white or it will be green. Again, I will be just adding the card also to just mention whether the employee is active or not. The same logic will be there. The background will be changed to green when he is active, and it will change to red when he is inactive or retired. So like this, we can have a really good way of knowing whether employee is still working in a company or he is retired. And now here, just the design purpose, I'll be taking two triangles and I will just intersect it like this for the design purpose. So basically our main focus is on a text box, which is of is 45-degree corners. So it makes a cylindrical shape. Here, yes, we have to add the word gender, but this is the dynamic card. Here we'll be using the first gender. So whenever I'm clicking on any employee, it will give me the gender of the employee. And now we have to add multiple information. So here again, I'm using two cylindrical cubes. One is for the ID. This is a text box which is in the round corners. So you can see the effect background. We have taken this above titles background, and then visual borders is simply in black. And for this, I've just hide it behind it. So in the selection, this will be above this cylinder. This is a card which is in the cylindrical shape. So it is for ID. Now I'll be just copy pasting it multiple times for giving. Okay, so guys, as you have seen, I've just copy pasted the capsules here, which I have designed, and then I've added the required data. So for the second option, I've taken the date of birth. You can see the date of birth column tick, and this is the basic pay salary, and this is the position, payroll area, and the joining date. Here for the joining date, I will show you one thing. Just click here, and I will be changing it to the DDYY, DDMMYY. Okay, perfect. And this is his age, his city, his job type, nationality, and the department. And we can see the gender, which is male. And here you can take other options also. Again, this HR manager is active, so it will show you the gender as well as all the other information. Okay, so you have to just map this. If I click on the HR details, I will be again going to HR. And here, if I click on salary, one second, I think I have not mapped this. I have to click on here, action, bookmark. Here we'll be going to salary. Okay, let us click this. Okay, and for the overall, I have to change it to overall. Perfect. So our dashboard is created. Let me just click on overall. We'll going to overall salary. If you click on employee details, we have to go to the second page. And if you're clicking on HR details, we are going into the HR page. So guys, for the last part of the video, let us create a tooltip. So for creating a tooltip, what we need to do is we need to go and create a new page, name as tooltip. And here for the video, I'm going to use a pie chart that has the values for active, retired, and all count by gender. So it divides it into two parts, male and female. And here when we hover, we get to know the count of the employees which are male and female, and which are retired male, retired female, vice versa. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to go to the format your report page, and here in the page information, allow use as tooltip. You have to enable this. Okay, and you can name this tooltip. And in the canvas background, instead of 16:9 ratio, just go and click to tooltip. Okay, so it automatically cuts the page into the tooltip type. Now all you have to do is you have to just go and hide this. Is just for the row level security purpose, and just make sure to subscribe the video. The next video I'll be making on the row level security to manage the roles and view roles and how to assign it in Power BI web. So let us go back to the HR dashboard. Here, if we just hover on any of this, automatically we'll be able to get the tooltips, and here automatically the tooltip will be assigned, as we can see below. So wherever I'm clicking, I'll be getting the values. Like for example, in the HR, in the organization unit, we can see how many females are there, how many males are in sales, how many females are there, how many males are there. And even as in Indian, we can see how many Indian females are there, Indian males are there. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you need the data and the template, then feel free to reach out to me through Gmail. It will be in the description box. And just make sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon. Thank you so much.